I think it was... The tail was the second... I'm not sure if they mean the second one or like the one that we should press next now that we failed. We press the legs first. The tail should be second. But if we already messed that one up in the order, maybe it would go to the stomach third. I don't know, just press the tail. Right, so they literally did mean press the tail is the second one to press. Okay. Thank you, Shirabi. I'm glad I'm right. Right you are, Missy. Even the best headline means squat if it's not carrying the heavy weight of the truth. Use your noggin and the truth's your friend. I think you may have a bit of promise. Thanks, Shirabe. Whoa! Okay. Sounds like the tail's probably right. Nope. Stop it. Very well. I shall push that button. The tail, correct? Hey! When Urabe pushed the button on the statue's tail, a small chime sounded. Aha! The red light on the mage's panel is turned off. When the mage panel turned off, the hunter panel had lit up. It's on the hunter now! Yay, Miyoshi! Awesome! Now there's only one more button to push. He let out a long, shaky sigh of relief. Yeah, we've only got one button left, but which one? Miyoshi had said the hunter attacked last, but he hadn't said where. Well, we've already attacked the leg and the tail, so leaves us 3 options. The head. I'm gonna say the head. Next button's the last one. Which one is it? You, Miyoshi. Where does the hunter attack this thing? Miyoshi shook his head slowly. Sorry, I don't remember. What? You've got to be kidding me! Don't be too hard on him. Who's gonna remember every single detail of a big game like that? Oh, so we've just gotta guess. Oh, if we get it wrong, gas is gonna fill up the room. This is bad. That's very bad. Miyoshi couldn't remember though. There wasn't a whole lot we could do. Then suddenly Shirabe spoke up. Attack with a bow. Wait. He was mumbling to himself and tapping his forehead with his fingers. Is this some sort of nervous habit? He was doing it before too. The tale of Heiki, Minamoto no Yorisama, killed the Nu with a bow passed down to him by Minamoto no Yorimitsu. That's probably where the game got it. In Minamoto's slaying of the Nu and Yoshitoshi's new forms of 36 monsters, the Nu is shot in the neck. You're right, I think it was the neck. Well, we're this deep into the lore, so might as well go for it. Okay, so the button on the neck is the one we should press next. Wow, Shirabe sure knows a lot of stuff. Very well, I shall push the button on the neck. As he spoke, Urabe leaned over and pressed the button. One puzzle down. Alright. What? But why is the hunter's panel red? The gas was also coming out of the Nu's mouth faster than before. Damn it. Why did we do wrong? That should have worked. None of us had the answer. It should have worked. Shido is right. What happened? Something's off. Couldn't shake the feeling that we'd missed some important part of the puzzle. I ran the announcement we'd heard earlier over and over in my head. What am I missing? Heyo! Explosive insight. Okay, I think the announcement said, awaken to your destiny, slay the demon Nu, fail to slay the Nu, and die by its poison. Whoa. Oh, so we are choosing some kind of insight, it looks like. Everything after fail to slay is pretty straightforward, so we decided to focus on awaken to your destiny. We split up and examined the statue and the panels. To slay the Nu, we figured out we would need to follow specific steps. We got the monk and the mage right. We need to attack the neck, but when Urabe pushed the button, it didn't work. At this rate, we are going to die by poison. Okay, so one of these phrases is a phrase that will give us insight to the situation. And I'm pretty sure it's the awaken to your destiny part. That seems so, like, vague and Also unused so far in the puzzle. It's kind of our last puzzle piece. We got the fail to slay part. That's pretty straight on. Split up, examine the statue and the panels. Maybe the statue could be a clue. Looks like, oh, we get 3 choices, okay. Thanks to Shirabe, we knew we needed to attack the neck. When Urabe pushed the button, it didn't work. At this rate, we're going to die by poison. I don't think panicking is necessarily the right attitude for this. Specific steps sounds way too broad to be anything. I'm just gonna attack the neck. It's weird, they had Slay the New on there twice. Yeah. Oh. Hey! Right on the first go. Made sense. So we won! We earned insight. We still haven't figured out what Awaken to Your Destiny is supposed to mean. Could that be the hint that we need? Of course, we are so caught up in thinking about the game we forgot the announcement. It was very insightful of you to notice that. Well, if you awaken to your destiny, then that means you figure out what it is, right? I think this is it. We're gonna beat the puzzle, hopefully? The panels with those pictures on them need a closer look. Maybe they've got something to do with awakening to our destiny. I just thought of something. Really? Well, that's a change of pace, Wakasa. Thank you. Spit it out. You said that in that samurai fantasy game, you have a party of 7 people, right? Yeah. So they put 7 panels here for the party, and there's 7 of us. You think maybe there's a connection? You're right. Count Hogstein did call us heroes. Maybe each of these panels represents one of us. I like the sound of that, of course! To awaken to your destiny, we have to determine which panel corresponds to which person. That's gotta be it. So, Mitarashi and Urabe pushed the buttons earlier, then they have to be the monk and the mage, right? That makes sense. Ha! Well, I do have the sweet abs of a guy who just trains all day, but how's this dude a mage? Should have been the opposite confusion, but that's okay. Perhaps because of how we look. If how people are dressing informs the entire thing, then that would make the rest of this puzzle very, very easy. Huh. What do you mean? I believe we must take into account our personalities and appearance instead of simply looking at our actual careers. Yes. Urabe is not literally a mage. He's not in the magic professions, even though he is a fortune teller. So he is? I don't know. But that means that our captors may only know about who we are on the outside, as opposed to the inside, which can be a very important tool. He was right. Mitarashi certainly seemed like a martial monk, and Urabe clearly looked like someone who used magic. Then who's the hunter? Alright, obvious. It's this guy. It's Pew Pew McGee! It's Shido! Why are you the hunter? Well, you're a cop, right? That means you got a piece. Pew Pew McGee! Told you. He grinned, making a gun with his hand and pretending to fire it. Oh well, that's the case. Alright. Oh, wait, that was just a joke. What? No, that's the best we got. Before anyone could stop him, Shido reached over and pressed the button on the neck. Ah! Flow of gas in the news mouth suddenly stopped. Yes! Statue's moving. Alright, oh, there's a staircase leading to a lower floor. As it did, a chime sounded and the hunter panel turned green. All the gas is getting sucked out through the ventilation. He was right, I could see the thick fog quickly vanishing into vents on the walls. I like how Inafune's internal monologue, she's like always confirming that people are actually telling the truth and not just messing with us. He was right. Looks like we've beaten the first part of this game. First part of this game! Those layers of games. Let out a sigh of relief. It took only a few moments for all the gas to disappear. Damn. Why so angry? Of course, we've got to go down now. There's more to this. Everyone, that is, except for Shido. He was busy frowning at the new. Something wrong? I was just thinking that this is only the first puzzle. We're going to see many more, and they'll all put us in danger. So this is just going to keep going? Wow, this is the first stage of the first area. We've got a long ways to go. All of the attractions have likely been modified to make them lethal, like this one. Ah, that must be why that crafty little devil said we'd be responsible for any danger we got into. That just means that if we want to get through this, we'll have to be like the adventurers in the game and work together! They all nodded. Just then a short tune played over the room's speakers, followed by an announcement. That's kind of a little late. The Room of the Guardian has been completed. You have obtained a reward. We get rewards? Well, awesome. Base of the statue pooped open. Yay! Ran up to it, looked inside the chest. Looked exactly like one you might find in a video game. That's adorable. There's a scroll. He pulled it out of the chest and showed us. This looks like a map of this attraction. We got the dungeon map. We got the dungeon map. There's 2 more rooms with puzzles in them. Okay. Oh, I guess we don't get to see the map, but... The Corridor of Hate. In the Room of the Supreme Ruler. So, corridor and a boss room. 2 more. Damn, this took us 2 hours. Well, we have 5 left, and we better step on it. Right. I'm not gonna live through this, am I? I just want to go home. Not with that attitude, Wakasa. You're gonna die with that attitude. Turn that frown upside down and keep on living. Toward the Corridor of Hate. This is a corridor just filled with hate. A hateful corridor. We reached the bottom of the stairs. We found ourselves in a long stone hallway. It was dark and gloomy, but there were torches mounted along the walls, casting enough light to see by. This place is scary. He was right. The darkness would have been bad enough, but there were also a bunch of what looked like demon heads on the walls. I moved in a little closer to one of the heads and noticed a set of panels. These are just like the ones we saw a bit ago. Hey, there they are. Yeah. The one that's lit by now. Is that the Bard? Huh. What's it look like? Mitarashi pushed forward towards the panel. Whoa! What just... Something flew out of the left-hand wall at an incredible speed. Mitarashi only barely managed to jump out of the way in time. This is an arrow. Sure enough, there was now an arrow embedded in the opposite wall. Those are pretty thick walls to get an arrow into. Damn, that was close. A second later and I've been a shish kebab. Have a look at this arrow. Too thick for a bow, don't you think? This is a crossbow quarrel. Well, crap. If you want to die, that's your business, but I'd appreciate it if you could just every now and then look before you leap. You two, get a room. He frowned and grumbled at Shido under his breath, but I could see beads of sweat on his forehead. Must have been scary, even if you won't admit it. Yeah, you almost just died. That was something that almost just happened. If nothing else, the arrow sticking out of the wall was now a powerful reminder that we needed to be careful. Do you think each of these heads has a trap like that in it? Looks that way. Walk in front of one of those faces and you end up with a fancy new hole or two. Thanks, Shirabe. Keeping us all informed. Okay, so we have arrow traps now. Classic, cliche, Raiders of the Lost Ark kinds of just arrows coming out of walls. Okay. Oh, Proceed with care through this hateful corridor. Give ear to the song of the demons, for they will be purified by the light that shines in the darkness. Then the voice was quiet. Oh, thanks. Would have been nice to know I needed to proceed with care before I just got skewered. It's true that if the enhancement had come on earlier, we wouldn't have been in as much danger. But if he hadn't been in such a hurry in the first place, give and take. Games are of give and take. Now what in the furious hell did they mean by give ear to the song of the demons? What's this purification nonsense about? Shirabe scratched his beard and worked at the candy around his mouth. Perhaps it would be best to take these questions one at a time. Shall we start with give ear to the song of the demons? Alright, well, obviously the demons are these ugly bastards. That's all we really know. We need more information, people. Facts. Verifiable facts. Shirabe edged toward the nearest head. Very, very carefully, he began to examine. Probably not the best place to be looking at a statue. See anything? Yes, I do. This fellow's got a little light on his forehead. I figure it's some sort of sensor. Let me see. Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about. It's got a little light sensor. Time to put it to the test then. Peekaboo! I jumped as he waved his hand in front of the demon's nose, but no arrow came out. Relax, see? As long as you don't trip the sensor, no arrow, easy. But they're on both walls. How are you gonna... I don't know. He sighed and told everyone to take a step back. He waved his hand over the demon's face again, this time in front of the sensor. Ah! Just like before, an arrow shot out of the demon's mouth with blinding speed. And there you have it. Is your hand alright? Nothing to worry about, little lady. Pulled my hand away at the last second.